And for it to get postponed was difficult, but sitting here now, it's only 80 days away, and it's we're chomping at the bit to get over there and play.
I bet. So over a 4-year period, what are the kind of the key kind of landmarks or the competitions that you've got? The Pro League in there, and then you've got World Championships. Where does that all sit?
So
so you finish off the Olympics. What's next?
The Pro League has been I think one of the best introductions to international hockey, the format of it. In previous years, probably before the Pro League, we maybe only play the European teams once or twice every 3 or 4 years. And then you get to Olympic Games and you have to play them in a quarterfinal where it's whoever wins goes through. And now that this Pro League system is a bit of a home and away, we go to Europe, play them a couple of times. They might come out to Australia the next year and play a couple of times. So we're seeing them a lot more rather than just the 1 or 2 games every 3 or 4 years. So I think that, as well as the exposure for hockey, it's obviously not as professional in Australia that we would like. Right. And getting more home games. We played, before last year, we played 2 in Melbourne, 2 in Sydney, 2 in Perth, so 6 games, whereas in the past we might only play 2 or 3 games in Australia for that year, and the exposure is just so limited. So this Pro League format, it gets us around Australia to be able to play in front of home crowds and get kids willing and wanting to become a hockey or become a kookaburra. So that's been really good. So that's kind of an ongoing competition, and then we have the World Cup every second year as well. So it was in 18, it'll be in 22 at the end of the year or start of 23, something like that.
And then Com Games.
And Com Games as well. So there are probably the 2 bigger competitions. You have little tournaments maybe in Malaysia or things like that along the way, but there are 2 other big tournaments, the World Cup and Com Games as well as the Olympics.
So is the idea for win all of them? Like you kind of go in, you might play a different squad to see, have different looks, but the idea is always to win?
100%. We I guess Aussies culture is to win, and no matter what. There's certainly periods within the year that the coaches might give someone or some of the less experienced guys or new guys an opportunity. The Pro League presents a really good opportunity for that. I think you end up playing 12 or 14 games throughout that, and it's the top 4. So you've got a really good opportunity to make that top 4 and then play a semi, and that's when you whittle down. Probably you play your best team at the end there, but you've got that opportunity to play guys that need experience, because that's the way you get better, is the experience. And I think that's been the difficult thing for maybe some of the young guys that they haven't at the moment, is they just haven't had that exposure to international hockey. It's like I was saying before, the intra-squad games are really good, but then it's just another step up playing against someone else.
So there is that difference between like your match sim or whatever. Then you got the pressure of the other team.
100%.
Everyone else are looking on you and all that.
Definitely. So
weighs you down.
Yeah, and then I guess the coaching staff then choose a team that they believe that will win a World Cup or a Com Games, and we certainly go into every competition wanting to win, and we're disappointed at the moment if we don't come away not winning a gold medal at a tournament.
So they got those. The 4-year period is so full of competition, all that sort of stuff. Is there time in there at all they get a rest?
It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it. No, but there is. And like I was saying just before we started, is that the coaching staff are really, really good at the flexibility and knowing when the group needs a break. And I guess they can see that watching back trainings, and there might be a little fatigue here or there, or especially after a tournament. We normally get 2 to 4 weeks off after a tournament to go away and refresh, and that might be in the past, if we have played in Europe, guys might stay in Europe for a holiday or might be able to get back to their home state and spend time with friends and family that they've grown up with, or it's a good way to refresh and get back into it. It's been a little bit different because we haven't been able to obviously travel around, so training has been quite full on for an extended period of time, but the coaches are really good. We had the Anzac Day long weekend off and little things like that, which it might only seem like 3 days, but for 3 days for us is like weeks. You can go away, you can refresh. Some boys went camping. I spent time with the family down at the beach, little things like that, which just refresh you, and you come back on the Tuesday or Wednesday and you're hungry and ready to go again.
Do you find it hard to switch once you get a period of time off? Is it harder to switch back on, or is it pretty easy now that you've been through it?
Yeah, I think for myself it was difficult when I was younger. You kind of you might have taken it a little bit for granted, that rest, and then all of a sudden you come back in and guys again are pretty fit and hungry and wanting to show that they're at the top of their trade right at the start. Whereas I probably might have taken it a little bit easy. At the moment, I know that if we have a week off, I can't have a week off without my body being sore. So 3 or 4 days, I'll go for a run. It's not hard, but it keeps me, when we do get back into training, that I know that I'm not going to be sore for the next week and maybe my performance will slip. So I've learned over the years that what I need to do when we do have a break, and that's not saying I don't go out there and flog myself with 10 hundreds or anything like that, but it's to keep on top of my body. And maybe as a young kid you kind of take that a little bit for granted and it'll be all right, I'll just sit on the couch or something like that and get back to training. It's like, oh shit, I'm a bit sore, or these guys are flying and I'm got a week to catch up. So it's it's certainly changed over the years, but it's such a good way to be able to refresh and just mentally as well, to get away from a hockey field for a couple of days is like gold at the moment.
Yeah, I bet. I've always find it fascinating